You're listening to Christopher Lawrence from ABC Radio Hobart and ABC Northern Tasmania.
7:30, yep, I'm here tonight and tomorrow night, the circumstances of which I'll describe to you a little later on. I'll get into that very, very shortly about where we'll be. Things are a bit different tomorrow night. Helen Shield, by the way, will be back with you on Monday. A new film. You know that Tasmania is very popular as a film destination these days, and there's a new movie that's been made called Ancestry Road. It's filmed in Oatlands, Campbelltown and the Midlands last year, which means that it's going through the post-production pipeline. I think it's just popped out the other side. And we'll find out more about it from its writer, director and producer, Glenn Triggs. Here's a little teaser for you.
Cora? Cora? Cora! Adele, you okay?
It's Cora. We can't find her anywhere.
Really? You checked the house?
Yes, 3 times, yes.
Cora, Jesus, what are you doing up here? Hey, you okay?
She was sitting up on the hill, in the wind, in the rain, and the mud, not a worry in the world.
But you just have to tell us first. Why did you get out of bed?
Wow, they all sound Scottish to me, and I gather although filmed in Tasmania, it's meant to be in Scotland. To clarify this for me, the director and writer of the film Ancestry Road, Glenn Triggs. G'day.
Hello.
A Triggs production.
That's right, yeah, or a dark epic film, as I
Like
like to call it.
script, film, the whole shebang.
Yeah, a lot of work, a lot of hats to wear,
Terrifying.
a lot of different heads to have. Yeah.
Glenn, has it come out the way you wanted it to come out?
Yeah, it's come out a lot better than I thought it would, actually, to be honest. We had a lot of really great people work on this film, and it's marvellous.
When because you wrote it, when you write the script, can you see the pictures at the same time, or
sometimes I'll see shots. Sometimes I'll see sort of little elements, and I think the camera might look nice if it's situated here, and it might work best if it's like that. So there are some visuals that go with it, yeah, for sure. I
don't know how to ask the question. Why would you set a film shot in Tasmania? Mind you, it happens all the time, but there are bits of Tasmania that look like Scotland. But why is it a Scottish tale?
I thought it would just do a lot better internationally. I thought it would just sell a lot nicer to a bigger audience, and I thought the story just lent itself to Scotland and just to like big vast landscapes and farmhouses and all that sort of stuff. So it was just an initial. It was either going to be Irish or Scottish, and it ended up being Scottish. So that's how it worked. Yeah.
Does that mean you had to cast some Scottish? I mean, did you have to bring some people out from Scotland for it?
We initially were going to fly a lot of people over from Scotland, and we ended up actually finding most of the people here. We found people in Tassie, found people in Melbourne.
As in true Scots, or people who could do
we've got
a
an actor, Bill Munro, who was recently featured in the newspaper. He's Scottish, 100% Scottish, moved over here, and he's marvellous. Never acted before in his life.
Right.
And he does a really great performance.
Did you need to have a sort of a Scots dialect person on the set to say...
Well, we just had real Scottish people there, so they were sort of picking up on things. If someone said it wrong, they're like, we wouldn't say it like that.
That's right.
All that sort of stuff.
You got the wrong accent.
Yeah. So they were great actually having them around, because they'd pick things up all the time. They're like, we don't say that, or we don't do that, or we don't talk like that. So
what's it about? If you're filming in places like Oatlands, clearly there's a certain period quality, or when is it?
No, it's set in modern times.
Right.
The film is about a family that lives on a farm, and they're mysteriously visited by deceased family members. So it's they build a road on this farm because their daughter keeps going up to the back hill of the farm just for no particular reason. They can't figure out why. So they think if we build a road up to the back of the hill, maybe we can, keep her safe.
So is it a ghost story in a sense?
Essentially, yeah. It's not really a ghost story, but it does deal with ghosts and the afterlife.
I see dead people. How do you film them? Just like normal people?
Normal people, yeah. Just no special effects, no craziness, just left it pretty as realistic as it could be. Our movie Field of Dreams was a huge sort of inspiration for this film.
And was there a sort of an autobiographical element to this?
Yes. So my mother passed away about 2 years ago, and I was sort of writing the script, and that really helped, I guess, me to sort of find a home for all these emotions, which I keep sort of saying to people. So it was actually kind of cathartic to sort of have somewhere for all this stuff to go. So my mum's a character in the film, my dad's a character in the film, and it's really easy to write characters when you know these people. So
they're both passed?
No, my dad's still around. No, right. Dad's still going. So he saw the film recently and he really liked it. So
I bet. It's a bit Freudian. I mean, is it tempting to take a Freudian approach and say this is me trying to keep in touch with my mother?
I think so, yeah. She comes back in the film and she does all the things that Mum did in real life. So it's definitely Yeah, for sure.
Is it a drama, a thriller? What would you
Very
describe
much
it as?
a drama, yeah. A little bit of a sprinkle of supernatural in there, but it's mostly a drama.
Yeah, and I gather there's a twist at the end. Well, I mean, we're not going to do spoilers tonight, but I gather there's a bit of an unexpected ending. Is that right?
Yeah, it takes a turn at the end for sure. And pretty much everyone that's seen it has not predicted the ending, so that's a good thing. That's how I planned it. I want to sort of make sure it takes a turn, and it is quite a sharp turn, but I think it's enough for people to follow.
Do you get a chance to sort of test that ending on sort of sample audiences?
Tested on heaps of different people already. We've had maybe like a few hundred people see the film, and take notes, take lots and lots of notes, and sort of figure out what is working and what isn't working, and how it's going to work the best.
And the verdict?
Everyone's
pretty
very emotionally moved by it, I have to say. Like everyone that's sort of come to see it has been heavily affected, which is nice. Like people that I know and people that I don't know that have seen the film, and everyone gets something different out of it, which is quite extraordinary, actually. Yeah.
Now you're director and writer. I presume you've also had to produce. Did you have to try and rustle up funds for this?
Yeah. We had private investors involved from the beginning, so I was just in the right place at the right time for all that to sort of fall into place, and
absolutely.
Yeah, most things sort of fell into place quite nicely for this film.
This is not the first film of yours, is it?
This is film number, I think, 8 or 9 at the moment.
Really?
So, yeah, it's up there.
Feature film?
Yeah, feature film. So I made a lot of independent feature films. This is highly up there.
I mean, Kubrick only made 13. He's much older than that.
I'll catch up to him at some point, maybe, I don't know.
It's a big thing. How long has this taken? Several years of your life?
About 3 years, I think. Yeah, it's been about 3 years up till today. So, yeah, long time, a lot of work, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll play another little teaser. Oh, that's Scottish.
But what I think is life's like a road. And it's a road that wanders up a hillside. And you think the summit's the end of that road. But what I think is when you get to that summit, that road reaches out for mile after mile. That's what I like to think.
Oh, that's the real McCoy, isn't it?
Is
that a Scot?
Yeah, that's Bill. That's
He's
Bill.
good.
He's local to here. He's North Hobart, I think. So he's never acted before his
you're
whole
joking.
life, and he's amazing. We saw like maybe 600 different people, and he was just the one where like, this is
How
the
did
guy.
you get the performance out of him? That's amazing.
I said to him, try to be yourself as much as possible. I said, if you can be who you are, we've got a really good performance. And the line between his character and who he was just so thin that he was just able to give this really great performance as himself.
To scale it for the camera, I mean, a lot of it probably is shot quite close, isn't it? And,
some of it, yeah. So he came up with some lines. I think that little moment, we were working on that right up until the day we filmed. We came up with those lines together.
This is it's a new movie called Ancestry Road. When is it coming out?
It'll be this year. We haven't got a definite date yet. It'll be within the next few months, hopefully. But we don't have a date as yet.
So you've got to lock in distribution and cinemas. It's a cinema release. It will be
a cinema release. Yeah, there's a lot of different moving bits that have to come together for it all to happen. But the movie's all ready to go. We've got a few film festivals coming up.
That's a good way to go
in the next couple of months
it?
as well. So it's all happening.
Are there festivals here in Australia or
they're sort of everywhere. Yeah, there's some in
Right.
Australia and some sort of overseas. So there's a big variety of different festivals. So they'll all be announced very, very shortly.
I mean, for someone who's invested 3 years of their life and a whole lot of blood, sweat and tears and their imagination, it's very exposing, isn't it? I mean, you look pretty cool to me. It's
we had a test screening a few weeks, probably like a week ago now, I think it was, and I was a mess. I became a complete mess by the end of it because I had all my sort of family and friends there to see the film. And it hit me all of a sudden. I was just an absolute mess. Everyone else was a mess too, so it was nice to sort of have that. I wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
But it definitely got me probably the worst it ever has. So
now the music that I heard in that trailer is that original music for the film?
That's original music. That's from Heath Brown. He's local to Hobart as well. So he did the music for our film. He did the music for 2 of my other films, The Comet Kids and 41. It's another.
I haven't heard of Heath. What a talent!
He's amazing. So and this is his best work I think he's ever done. So he spent about 3 or 4 months I think on this, and we're still sort of.
Still
talking about different bits and pieces, like maybe we could, change that instrument here or move this across here and all that sort of stuff. So,
brilliant. All right. Yeah. Well, what can I say? We'll have to just keep our antenna up for Ancestry Road when it hits the big screens around this island. Good luck with it.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure, Glenn. This is Glenn Triggs. It's part of the Triggs oeuvre of film productions. It's called, I gather John X is in it too.
He is. Yeah.
Is he doing a Scots accent?
He is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He was great. He's
going to see
fantastic.
just for that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Glenn. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so
Good
much.
luck with the film. The film is called Ancestry Road. It's coming out later this year. I'm sure this program will inform you all about it. The writer, director and producer is Glenn Triggs.